talent mobility, which is what Fuel50 are all about. In fact, we had the pleasure of hearing the Fuellie story in London at the European conference just a month ago by one of your colleagues, and I'm really excited to hear what Fuel50 are doing on the inside of their business to create an inspiring workplace. So, Christine, over to you. Just the green button.
All right, very good. Thank you, everybody. None of us have met each other except for who you've traveled with, so I just, out of curiosity, would love to know, for everybody out there, for you, is this your first time being face-to-face since the pandemic? Because it is mine. Okay, a couple of hands out there. True story, the last time I was in New York, I was taking a training class on how to be a public speaker, and that was held on March 11th through the 13th of 2020, which is also known as when Broadway's lights went out and when the NBA shut down. My takeaway from that class was immediately after class is over, get into as many public speaking events as you can. And so here we are 2.5 years later. So hopefully I'll remember a little bit of what I've learned. So I know I'm the only thing standing in between you and your lunch plans today. So the good news is, I promise this will be quick, 10 minutes or less. But what I'm here to do today is talk to you a little bit about the Fuel50 story, how we're helping our clients, but also how we're utilizing these things that we do internally. So today, there are a couple of key words that keep coming up over and over again. Very different organizations that you're seeing, but words like transformation, inspiration, authenticity, and that all ties in with what Fuel50 does. So what you're seeing here is a representation of Fuel50. We are truly a global organization. We are dispersed all the way across the world. We all have very different interests, but we are dedicated to creating a great experience for everyone in their job across the world. And we feel like that starts at home. We all work for Fuel50, we're all employees, we want that great experience as well. When I started at Fuel50, or as I was interviewing, I should say, I received a job offer from our main competitor. So it was Fuel50 and another competitor, and the tipping point for me was when I interviewed with Ann Fulton. She's our CEO, and she asked me a question that salespeople typically are not asked. And that question was, what are you willing to do, or how do you deliver white glove service? That was the single question that indicated to me that this was the company I needed to go with. Because as Ruth said, I've worked with HR companies for over 20 years, and my motto is work happy. So let's talk a little bit about the Fuel50 dream. So our purpose is to enable everyone to evolve their talent and potential to be their best at work. Now, this is a very lofty goal, but it's not a goal that's unique to Fuel50. I think all of you are here because we all want to deliver better work experiences, and we'll talk a little bit about how we do that. Now, the Fuel50's dream is to transform the people experience. And earlier I heard the ladies from Southern New Hampshire University talk about transformation. We're in this transformation mode. We're overhauling everything. This is something I hear quite frequently now. I think the pandemic has taught us a couple of things, and that is, I feel like work was previously transactional. People stayed for 2.5 years on average. Employers don't care about their employees. Employees don't really have that desire, like our parents may have, to stay in an organization for 20 years, get the gold watch, and retire. That's not happening anymore. I think the pendulum's swinging back the other way, where we don't want to be so transactional. We want that human connection. So our dream is a little bit of a utopia, but we believe that we can achieve that. And our utopia is for every person to have the opportunity to contribute and grow their talents. And all of this verbiage is very, very intentional. To us, a fair, humanitarian, powerful, and energized work experience delivers impact for everyone, employees, organizations, and customers. And this made me think of an organization that we're working with right now. It's a financial services organization, and based on their plans, they know that they're going to be having layoffs. It was important for them, for their employees, when they go home at night, instead of saying to their spouse or their family, I've been laid off, I've got to find another job, I don't know what I'm going to do. They want their employees to be able to go home and say, you know what? My position was eliminated, but guess what? I was able to find something else within the organization. So it's not a conversation about losing your job, it's a conversation about what's next. Now our mission, to create a marketplace for every employee across the globe to find opportunities matched to their skills, their talents, and I would add, their aspirations. And one of my customers, he is leading talent at a tech company in San Francisco, had made a comment to me, and that comment was really impactful. And what he said was, we would rather our people spend all day, 8 hours in Fuel50 than 1 hour on LinkedIn. Because they know if your employees are on LinkedIn, they're looking for a job or opportunities elsewhere. So what is a talent marketplace? So if you notice some of these organizations, their goal and their mission is to connect people to people. I would venture to guess everybody's here on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook, even though my children tell me that's for old people, but I guess I fit into that category now. I'm not sure who picked Tinder, but I did meet my husband on Match over 10 years ago. Again, these are all resources that connect people to people. What Fuel50 does is we connect people to opportunities, and we also connect people to other people. So one of the things that's unique about Fuel50 in the talent marketplace space is we are absolutely maniacal about having that authentic experience. We are all different. We all have different aspirations. Some of your employees want to climb the ladder. Some employees just want to be well-rounded. And some employees don't know what they want to do, and that's okay. So let's see if that goes. Oh, there we go. So we start by really getting to know what motivates your employees. What gets you up in the morning? What are your mission, your vision, your values, and how does that align to the organization? We then provide a roadmap, which is what you're seeing right here, into opportunities that may be a next step. Opportunities that may be a little more aspirational. So you can think of this almost like a Google map. We also connect people to other people. If you think about short-term opportunities or projects or even mentorships, a lot of times it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that can be very exclusionary of people if they're not well connected within the organization. One of my clients is Johnson & Johnson, and they referenced Fuel50 as being like a secret handshake that you teach everybody. So let's see what comes up next. Oh, we're having our best. So how do we deliver this for our clients? We do that by making sure that all of us Fuellies, that's what we call ourselves, are at our best. And here are some of the initiatives that we have taken on this year. Best you, best us. So we've invested heavily in well-being programs, learning, and growth opportunities. So I'm not going to read this all to you, but what I will say is culturally, the foundation of what we do, we believe it is a human right to have a job that you love. And I'm sure everybody in this room has probably had jobs they've loved and jobs that zapped them of energy. We also are a very gratitude-based organization, so your success is mine and my success is yours. So one of the things we've implemented just this year is a refuel day, and that's 1 day per quarter, not part of your total vacation time, where we have been charged with going to do something that brings you joy or refuels you. Now, our CEO, knowing how Americans like to work, has not mandated, but gently suggested that we don't use that time for a honey-do list. Go out and do something that's fun. The other thing that we have implemented is the work from anywhere policy. So that means I can go for vacation for a week in Greece, and if I want to extend a little bit longer, I can stay for 2 weeks, work from Greece, and continue enjoying my time. Now, I think it was Chris that went to Costa Rica for his 50th birthday. Is that you? Now, can you imagine if you could have stayed an extra 3 weeks in Costa Rica and done your job? How fun would that have been? Yep. We also, again, we're very focused on that feedback, that continued feedback. So we do a couple of different things. At our all-hands meeting, if you speak, you talk about something that you've been working on, something that's a priority for the upcoming week, and then somebody that you want to express gratitude to. That culminates in a quarterly superhero award. We also are very flexible, and I'll give you an example. Our leader of product had a sick little baby at home. So he was able to work. He attended our meeting with this beautiful baby on our lap, which was quite distracting, but it was great that he was able to take care of what's going on at home, still show up at work, and we fully supported it. So it's really about having a culture of support. All right, and I want to show you exactly like our quarterly Fuellie celebrations. It's not a piece of feedback that's like, great job helping me with that project. These are really wordy, really lengthy, and really meaningful. And we do several of them, and then at the end, we name one superhero for the quarter. So I'm not gonna make you read these. This is a different Christine, not me. But we believe a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. And this ties in with that feedback and making people feel good. So the impact that we've had. Fuel50 is the only talent marketplace solution with a proven market expansion. We've seen this tremendously post-pandemic. Think about what it would mean to your organization to have a 30% average uplift in engagement. It's very impactful. And the reason that this is happening is because organizations are actually investing in people's careers. We have reduction in turnover. For those folks that utilize Fuel50, on average, 60% turnover, voluntary turnover. And then finally, 65% increase in lateral movement. So that means that folks aren't using LinkedIn to exit the organization, they're moving within the organization. And then finally, this reminds me of one of our clients, Allied Irish Bank. They just received an external award based on their learning and development program, which was largely fueled by Fuel50. So with that, you get to go to lunch. I appreciate your time, and I hope you'll stop by and see us. So thank you.